The prospect of anti-Israel socialist Zohran Mamdani becoming mayor of New York is sending Jewish families, homeowners, and investors into a panic. Jews in other major cities in the world are also facing an existential threat. And now the prospect of buying a home in Israel is becoming all the more enticing emotionally, physically, and financially. Here's more in my report about why it could be a financial windfall to start the ball rolling now.
Free, free! Free, free!
From the UK to the Big Apple,
Palestine will live forever!
Things are turning very sour for Jews around the world.
You have to find a group to blame for why things are bad, and Jews are a natural group to blame. That's just been historically the case. And things are not going to be just bad for the Jews, but, you know, we just the first.
My friends, we have done it. Yeah!
Galina Mordler would know. Raised in New York City, she saw the writing on the wall years ago and decided to jump ship. Born in Moscow, she knows what socialism is. And with the prospect of anti-Semitic, anti-Israel mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani becoming the next mayor of New York City, it is very concerning.
Kinds of things he talks about, abolishing private property, for instance, or socializing stores and free buses. Where's the money for that coming from? So why would companies, organizations, etc., stay in New York? There is a choice to move out.
Historically, you can see that every time Israel has been in a war or in some conflict, there's a good window to buy apartments or property in Israel because prices have been kind of stabilized right now or even dipped a little bit. And for the long term, you can always see that after a war, the prices are booming and going up.
Yes, it may seem counterintuitive, but it's not. Jews around the world are realizing that Israel is the only safe place, and many are jumping on the opportunity to plant roots here.
We have so many issues here, but still, it's the only Jewish state. It's interesting. It's shlichut because I'm a Zionist and I love Israel so much, and I feel like I'm changing lives. Hi, welcome to Unconfused Israeli Real Estate. Hi, Moshe Binyamini.
Hi, Mayan. How are you?
Real estate agent Mayan Harkam and real estate lawyer Moshe Binyamini specialize in clients from abroad and have even started a podcast called Unconfused to help people navigate the red tape.
Beside everything we just said about Zohran Mamdani, about him not being a big fan of Israel, he wants to build a lot of affordable housing for people that will eventually hurt investors.
And you can see from the countless cranes in construction, the opportunities are endless. Developers like Ben Shalom are paving the way for turnkey solutions that give people more bang for their buck.
כשלקוח מגיע אלינו והוא מחליט לקנות דירה בבן שלום, הוא בעצם אנחנו מבינים שהוא שם את הדבר הכי יקר עבורו בחיים, את הבית שלו, אצלנו בידיים.
Real estate here only goes up in value because there's a limited supply, a great demand. Look, we just had an Iranian crisis. You would have thought the stock market would be down. It never goes down here. And I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. But you think about that, it's counterintuitive. And yet people invest.
Plus, the country is offering huge incentives to international buyers, including a new law pretty much eliminating purchase taxes, more flexible mortgages. Plus, Israel does not impose inheritance estate taxes, and your property is protected even in times of war.
If, God forbid, a missile will hit your apartment, it doesn't really matter if it's owned by the state or by you personally. You have the state that will compensate you on everything if you got hit by if your apartment got hit by a missile or for any damage. It doesn't matter if it's an apartment or a business or even it's a car. You got it covered by the states.
People who comes here at war times and came here after October 7th, they're helping to build the country more and more. We need them.
Similarly, developers like Ben Shalom are on the cutting edge of gentrification, called Tama.
This building was built here 45 years ago, and the way to execute new units in prime location is to ruin old one and to build a new one,
which is a windfall for apartment owners.
I've moved into a nicer apartment than I lived in before. The rent is being paid by the contractor. And then in 3 years, I'll go back and say, not leave you a bigger apartment with balcony and a safe room. And they pay for the moving too. So it's win-win-win-win-win.
So the existential question remains, where is it safer to set up roots, raise children, and diversify your portfolio with so much economic uncertainty in New York and other major cities?
There's personal safety and national safety. So what we have here is, we have missiles. We live in a bad neighborhood. And we have to contend with that. But there's personal safety. If you walk on the street, you're not going to be necessarily you're not expecting to be attacked. You could let your children out to play on the street, which you certainly wouldn't in New York. You'd never let your children go on the subway by themselves. You need to say, do I want to have all my eggs in one basket? In my view, no. So you diversify and you invest, even if you have no other reason to do it.